Pretty sure you were gaslit.
It's either you're the one being gaslit or you're gaslighting.
So I don't know what that term means, and I have no idea what that term means. To be honest, the term gaslighting throws me. Every single time anyone says gaslighting, it just shuts me down.
Trying to have a conversation with them, they turn it around. So instead of it being their problem, it's your problem. It would sound like this.
That's gaslighting. It's such a strong, powerful accusation to make against somebody. So I'm always like, oh my gosh, is that necessary?
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. It's Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. So we're going through some bonus scenes on Sister Wives. If you haven't seen my new video about Maddie Brown broke her silence and responded to her dad, who spoke about their estrangement on the show a couple episodes ago. So make sure you check out that video. She is incredibly insightful. And I will say that of the adult female children, I find her to be the most willing to break cycles and to call things for what they are. So check out that video. But in this video, Christine's kids and Janelle's kids have to school Christine to understand what gaslighting is. And Christine finds this term so upsetting and so offensive and such a large accusation that she said she shuts down anytime she hears someone use the term, which I thought is weird. There's a lot of things that you could say to someone, but gaslighting makes her shut down. I wonder if it's because that's something that Kody would say to her. He's been using that a lot with Janelle, like, you're gaslighting me, you know? And in another clip, Janelle reveals that her kids have not believed that they had a good relationship with Kody for most of their lives. And also, Robyn Brown shut down Sister Wives Closet. So not only are all of the wives leaving and their money going with them, but she's also lost her business that she forced all of the other wives to be a part of. So let's dive into the topic. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and make sure to click on the bell so you never miss a video. During a conversation over at Garrison's house, the kids talk about how Christine makes a comment about how Kody said that she bullied her sister wives. And the kids tell her, I think you were actually being gaslit by Kody. So he's telling you that you bullied your sister wives, but really you didn't do that. So they explained to her what it is, and obviously you saw that she said that she doesn't like the accusation, and then she continues.
To say that, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. I don't even want to, I don't know.
I
totally understand. I've seen that happen.
If I was like, yeah, Savannah, you're gaslighting me, and you were like, gaslighting's not a word. That's an example.
Yeah.
Christine is literally at a loss for words because her children explained to her that Kody gaslit her. And I can't tell if it's like she's at a loss for words because it's finally clicking. It's a huge reaction to put her head into her hand and to sort of like stop talking and shut down. I just wonder if in their fights that was something that he would throw out against her and make her feel confused about her reality. And so as they're explaining it to her, maybe her whole equilibrium is getting thrown off. Maybe she's shutting down because she's been told her whole life that she's gaslighting when it's really him that's gaslighting. What I find even more interesting is that some of the family seems very in tune with mental health and understanding mental health, and others seem a little bit more ignorant. Earlier in the same episode, we actually learned that both Savannah and Gwendolyn want to become psychiatrists because of their interest in helping people with mental illness. So Kody has spawned at least two of his daughters through the abuse to want to find ways to help others. So I take that as a silver lining.
So it would be in a way, it would be like if I told Gwendolyn that she really hurt my feelings, and she'd be like, well, that's your problem because your feelings were hurt, not my problem because I hurt your feelings.
Or you misperceived it.
It sounds to me like his kids, Gwendolyn, Gabriel, Garrison, Savannah, even Maddie, have been learning about narcissistic abuse and have had to learn, probably because of the way that they've been treated their whole life. Because they're all using language of someone that is receiving either counseling or reading books to try to unravel what they experienced in their lives. And they've had a lifetime of experience of someone making them feel like their reality isn't real, and that when they go to a person with a problem, like to their dad and say, their dad saying, you hurt my feelings, and their dad saying, no, you weren't nice to Robyn, or you don't respect me. It's, he doesn't ever validate what they're thinking, and he never takes responsibility or ever apologizes. And then when he does accept responsibility or acknowledge he was wrong, it's only if it's going to benefit him in some way. Like if he knows that apologizing will get him something that he needs or something that he wants, but he's not actually going to believe it. Or if he thinks he got something wrong, it's not going to be what he actually did wrong. It's going to be what he perceived he did wrong. It's so messy. So the kids are schooling her about what it is like to be gaslit. In another bonus clip, Janelle dives into problems with Kody and what the kids have to say about growing up with him.
I just didn't know how hard my life was. And stepping away and looking at it from a different perspective and hearing Janelle talk about it too. It's just, I didn't know.
Kody, if I put myself in Kody's shoes, I can see where he feels like he's been betrayed. But he's so angry that he's not even willing to think of anything outside of his perspective.
I really wish that we would have had more of these clips shown, because I feel like on the show we're not getting these types of sound bites. We're actually not hearing Christine talk about how hard it's been to unravel what she went through and the abuse she experienced, or having to deconstruct what it was that she was involved in. I mean, she's leaving a cult. Not just leaving Kody, she's leaving a cult. She's been indoctrinated and programmed her whole life into having specific thoughts and feelings that aren't true or not real. And that maybe is why she, is melting down when someone brings up gaslighting, because it's another indication that, oh my gosh, what I went through is not normal. It's really hard, because now she's stepping away and she's getting a 360-degree view, and she's like, wow, my life was really hard and I had no clue. And then she's having to learn this whole world outside of that cult. And she's 50. That's a lot. She's got a lot of recovery. And I wish that is what we would see more, honestly. It would be, I think, empowering to others that have left polygamy to see that rawness and vulnerability. But that's just my opinion.
They're like, what about love? How about loving you? You know what I mean? And I don't know how we reconcile it. So if we can never reconcile that, because what do? I choose to be around him and not my kids.
A few of the kids, mine and Janelle's, have talked to me about Kody telling them that he would rather be respected than loved. They don't know what to do with it because they love him. They absolutely love him. But respect's something that they feel should be earned. I believe it too.
So it sounds like a breaking point for the kids, and even for Janelle, comes down to the fact that Kody is demanding that they be respectful of him and obey him and submit to him. And they just want to love him. But he says, I don't care about love. I don't care if I love you. I don't care if you love me. I just want to be respected. So imagine you're a wife that's thought you were in love with someone for, 30 years, and your kids, and you thought your dad loved you, and your dad is just telling you, all I care about and all I validate from you is that you obey me and submit to me. And he's not showing you in any capacity that he's worth to respect. He's left your mom completely neglected. He neglected you. He's abandoned your family. He's abandoned his responsibilities. He's gaslit you your whole lives. He's been probably abusive physically and verbally. to demand respect just because you're the patriarch and then just say that love doesn't matter. No wonder that the kids want nothing to do with him. No wonder.
My stepfather was not really engaged, you know what I mean? And so when I got Kody, and he was so engaged with the kids, like from when they were really little.
Yeah.
So engaged. And then to see this huge gulf, I'm like, whoa, how did that happen?
Yeah, and really, really sad. It's really sad because your kids were always close to Kody until the last couple of years, right?
I always thought so. But now
so
all of a sudden it seems like they were horrible or something. I don't know. Like
I think what happened with Janelle after I'm watching this episode and I'm watching this bonus clip, and this is just my reaction, but I think she had to tell herself a lot of lies about what her life was like. And I think she had to tell herself that her dad was, because her stepdad wasn't engaged, that a part-time dad that's around every third day is better than nothing, better than what she had growing up. And she's probably now hearing from her children who are now adults, telling her that you thought that we had this great relationship with dad, but we didn't. And if you watch the episodes and you watch the older seasons, you can see that Kody struggled with his kids. He was disconnected from Hunter. He was disconnected from Gabriel and Garrison. He could not even handle being around those two. And those two were always fighting and violently fighting, which if you're from a very chaotic household, that can be a sign that other things are happening within the house, you know, because people are not able to deal with their frustrations. He didn't really connect with his daughters in any meaningful way. So, and then Logan, poor Logan, he was forced to raise his siblings. So I think she lived in a fairy tale thinking that he was giving his kids all that he wanted. And I'm sure the kids grew up seeing that the moms were fighting, the moms were competing for attention, the moms were depressed, and dad's never around. And so now she's waking up to the reality of like, oh my God, I totally effed up and my kids had a miserable childhood. And I hope at some point there's an addressing of that component. Like, we really may have caused harm to our children, and maybe it'll get there.
He's so dramatic. Cody's so dramatic that when he gets angry, it colors everything.
And so the boys didn't never come over when Cody's here. Everybody stays separate. Okay, I did want to know about that. No. So the boys never come over when Cody's here.
No.
Let them know ahead of time. Hey, don't come over.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't.
It's too much. Right?
I don't want to do it.
I fell into a pattern of just when he comes there, we'll just try and have a good time as much as possible. It was always underlying tension. Didn't work.
Kody flat out abandoned his kids at really important times, and they may have had more consistency when they all lived in Lehigh, but they were still struggling. They were very poor. They at times didn't have any food. Kody was gone working or claiming to work. For a while, even while Janelle was raising the littles after she had Gabriel, she didn't even live with Kody, and Kody didn't live with her for like 3 years. So this idea that she's put in her head, it's certainly has to be a level of like cognitive dissonance, maybe, where she doesn't want to think about the reality, and so she's just pretending like it's not there. It's like living in denial almost of not wanting to face the facts of what is happening. So you're just going to stay in this cloudy bubble of everything's great. And I think the kids have just over time seen, I think what Garrison said was, he said it best, was that we kept our faces composed. We tried to keep it together. We never tried to disrespect him. But as soon as we knew that he was done with you and you were done with him, our gloves were off, and we were not going to keep playing this stupid game, and we were going to tell him how we felt. And I think that's where they're at. They had to, for years, pretend like things were good when they weren't. And they finally are finding their voice. And apparently that's what woke up Janelle. And it's sad because you would have hoped that she would have been woken up before, when her kids were feeling abused, not after they left.
It doesn't work. I'm just telling you, it doesn't work to just keep things surface and not develop a relationship with somebody. Just ignoring a relationship doesn't make it better. You have to work on it. And gosh, I did not know how much work went into.
Because part of their doctrine is that ladies have to keep sweet and have to like be happy and just accept the fact of like their husband having multiple wives. And they're not allowed to like have feelings of jealousy or anger or frustration. And they're not allowed to feel like they should be entitled to anything, because entitlement is generally a sign of, you're just not being perfect enough. And if you were just doing a better job, you wouldn't feel so entitled. And if you feel like your husband's not loving you, it's because you're doing something wrong. And because they see him every third day, they're going to just try to put on their best face. And if Kody feels any sort of pushback, he doesn't have to deal with them. He can just go to another wife. And they live in a culture where women get ghosted all the time, as Janelle revealed this last episode. They all had surface level relationships. I don't believe that any of them deeply knew Kody at any level. And I don't think Kody knows them at any deep level. And I think it's evident when you hear them talk about one another, how little they know about each other. It's like they've all existed in this plane where everything was off the table and they could talk about nothing. And now they're finally talking about things. And it's like this whole open wound. And Sister Wives, the show, is showing so little of it. It's wild. So Christine's learning about gaslighting. Janelle's kids are having problems with Kody. And finally, Robyn Brown shut down my Sister Wives Closet. She filed a voluntary dissolution paper, basically dissolving her company in the state of Arizona, effectively rendering the business completely done. Despite the fact that she's closed the business and it's dissolved and no longer active in the state of Arizona, the website remains online, although there's not a lot of product at all to buy. So Robyn and the other wives owned this all together. So I don't know if she's dissolving this and the other wives don't know this, but if there's any money left at this point, it would need to be distributed evenly because they all were joint members. We'll see if any of the wives figure this out. But Robyn and Kody's businesses are falling apart. They're losing money on Sister Wives. They're losing money now that my Sister Wives Closet is closed down. And Kody is selling off cars and all kinds of crap to like pay his bills. And at some point, they'll probably go into poverty, which is truly why Kody's so raging and why Robyn is so desperate to fix the family, because without that income, how do they survive? They have a lifestyle that they make money on this show that they would never be able to replace in any other type of job. Like none of them have degrees and none of them have experience in anything else that would make the kind of money that they're making without reality television, which is interesting because today I spoke to someone that who knows the producer of the show, Tim, really well. And they told me that Tim is under a lot of pressure to put together a show and make good TV, they said. And that Kody is making it very easy for him to make good TV right now. And I asked them, I said, why do you think why does he care so much? Why? I mean, I don't understand, like, what's his motive here in doing the show to promote this lifestyle? And they said money. That's all they care about is money. It's his income. And he might actually care about the Brown family a little bit. And I was like, well, but they didn't pay the kids. And they said, I know, it's really sad. So the production is under pressure now to put together 2 new shows, and that pressure is being felt by everyone, including the family. And so I don't know. I still can't fathom making your money on promoting an illegal lifestyle and allowing Kody and giving him a platform to exploit and abuse his kids and the women in his life. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.